In order to be the best, you gotta beat the best. Today we get started with a heavyweight clash in the second round of the Western Conference playoffs as we start with games 1 and 2 hosting the Oklahoma City Thunder. So in the last episode, we wrapped up our first round series against the New Orleans Pelicans. We ended up sweeping them in 4 games. We were clearly the better team than New Orleans throughout this series, and as I've said, I feel like the Pelicans are on the verge of tearing it down. And I think this horrible playoff performance for them is the final straw. In Game 3, we won by 22, with Curry, Ingram, and Kuminga all playing very well. Of course, Darius Garland did not play in Games 3 and 4, a huge loss for them. They relied on DeJounte Murray, who had 31 points, but on 29 shots. Zion Williamson, of course, was a train wreck throughout the entire postseason series, so much so that they moved him to the bench for Game 4, a shocking decision that might have actually worked out because this was by far the closest game we had. Curry with 36, Kuminga with 28, and Zion actually had his best game of the 4-game series. Not that he was all that good, but he was at his best with the bar being on the floor. 29 for DeJounte, although he again was inefficient. Trey Murphy was solid. Herb Jones had a really good game. I thought Ayo Dosunmu played pretty well in both of these matchups after not playing in the first 2 games due to an injury. But nonetheless, we were the better team. The Pelicans right now look kind of messy, and I'm curious to see how they figure things out. Steph Curry obviously has been unbelievable. He's averaging over 36 points per game through the first 4. He does not look like the oldest player in the league, and he does not look like someone who's on the verge of retirement. But here we are. The rest of the team has been producing. Brandon Ingram looks strong against his former squad. Jonathan Kuminga's playing well. The young guys showing flashes, but we've got to get set for a different type of test, and we're going to do so fully healthy, or as close to fully healthy as possible. Steven Adams is a little bit banged up, but we all know Steven Adams probably is not touching the floor. Nonetheless, this should be a really good series against Oklahoma City, who just wrapped up their first-round matchup against the Sacramento Kings, winning in 6. Got to give the Kings some credit. They held their own as a very young team, making it to the playoffs for the first time with this core, but Oklahoma City's too good. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was unbelievable. 46 points in Game 4. One up that with 53 in a Game 5 loss, no less. Shai has been playing on an MVP level, if that even does it justice. If you thought Steph was playing well, Shai is averaging about 39 a game through the first round of the playoffs. The Thunder obviously have the role players to support him with Chet Holmgren and Jalen Williams, if you can even call them role players. I mean, they are both all-star level guys. Both of them are banged up a little bit, but neither of the injuries are overly serious. Neither of them are going to be missing games. Neither of them are going to be really restricted at all. And of course, the Thunder have a good group around them of guys like Cason Wallace, Lou Dort, Isaiah Joe, who have been here a minute. Recent draft picks like Nikola Topic and Geronimo Trinidad have really turned into solid role players. The Thunder quite literally have built the perfect roster around their big 3, which makes them a true contender in the West. We played against them 4 times this year, all in the first half of the year. 3 of those games coming in an 8-day stretch. Remember when we played 5 games in 6 days earlier in the year? Well, 2 of those were against OKC. The first time we played them, we came back in the 4th to win by 8, 31 for Stephen Kuminga, a career day for Adembona. Throughout the year, we actually did a pretty good job of stopping Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, at least in comparison to the rest of the league. The second time that we played against Oklahoma City, we got slaughtered. We lost by 30. Rough day in the office. Chet Holmgren scored 46 points. He shot 23 threes. Okay, you do you, Steph. I don't know why Chet shot the ball so much, but they won by 30. It's hard to argue with it. Jimmy played well. Curry was solid, but the rest of the team was really disappointing. Just did not shoot the ball well at all in this game. 35 of 86 from the field, 6 of 31 from deep. You're going to lose by 30 when you're shooting the ball that poorly. Just 2 days later in the in-season tournament, we played this game. It was a really exciting one, winning by 4. 27 for Shai, albeit an inefficient game for his standards. 21 and 16 for Chet. Steph, meanwhile, had 30, with the young guys really playing well. Loggins Burl and Kajai Stokes were both hooping. We then saw Oklahoma City one more time in January, losing 119 to 106, as Jonathan Kuminga finished with maybe the most hilarious box score I've ever seen. 22 and 14 on 4 of 16 from the field, 0 for 10 from 3, and 14 of 19 from the line. He was not the only guy who struggled to shoot the ball, though. It was really the whole team, while Shea had 25 points. So we ended up splitting the two games against the Thunder. Our wins against them were close. Their wins against us were not as close, beating us by 13 and 30, respectively. Again, as we look at their roster, they are an unbelievably well-rounded team. They have the 1A with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They have the co-stars with Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren. And they have the role players around them with guys like Wallace, Dort, Topic, Nikola Vucevic, and others. Sam Presti has put on a roster-building masterclass with this group. It has been really something to witness. But Oklahoma City has not been able to get over the hump with this group. They've made it out of the second round once. That was back in season 1 of this series. They haven't made it to the finals with any of these guys. So it'll be interesting to see if finally they can get over the hump and get a big playoff run. As Steven Adams is fully healthy, which means our entire roster comes into this game with no injuries. Now, I will point out that we have not started and finished a game this year completely healthy. So if that trend holds up, which I have a feeling it will, knowing our luck, somebody's going to get hurt in this game. I can just see it. Nonetheless, same lineups here for Golden State. We're not going to change what worked for us in the first round against New Orleans. OKC going with their regular group of Wallace, Shea, Dort, J-Dub, and Holmgren. As Adem Bona wins the tip, a heavyweight clash in the second round. Arguably the second and third best teams in the NBA face off. Two legit title contenders in what should be an instant classic of the playoff series as Curry hits the three. Of course, we played against Oklahoma City in the postseason back in year 1 as the 4-5 matchup in the first round. And obviously, we ended up getting swept as Chet Holmgren gets that one over Adem Bona. Chet has really leveled up as a scorer this year, 24 a night on the season, as Jonathan Kuminga leaves Jalen Williams in the dust as he's in for the layup. Both J-Dub and Chet Holmgren are really good defensive players, but with their minor injuries, it'll be fascinating to see if that really affects them, as Cason Wallace is in for the floater. Early timeout by Golden State, and it's 5-4. Ingram swings it in the corner. Curry for three. That one is off the mark. It has not been a great offensive start. Both teams made their first couple of shots, but ever since then, everyone's been launching bricks. Wallace has it stripped away and eventually stolen by Steph Curry. He finds Kuminga, tries to lob it up for Ingram, Bona, I don't really know. On the other end, Wallace in for the layup. He's got 4. Finally, the scoring drought was over. I mean, it has been some pitiful offense up to this point as Bona sets the screen. Curry mid-range jumper is good. Golden State made their first 2 shots. They hadn't scored in like 3 minutes. So it was nice to get back on the board there. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is blocked! Adem Bona with the snuff on the other end. Kuminga with it in for the layup. And Golden State makes it 6-9. Hee nice. Here is Jalen Williams. His pass is tipped by Ingram. Ends up with Luguentz Dort. Wallace inside for the layup. And he has been the go-to scorer for Oklahoma City. He's got 6 on perfect shooting. The rest of the team has 2 points on very not perfect shooting as Jimmy Butler slides in for the layup. Quiet series in the first round for Butler scoring the ball. Granted, he was usually matched up with one of New Orleans' top defenders, whether it was Trey Murphy or Herb Jones. As Shai Gilgeous-Alexander connects on the 3, his first points of the game. Butler on the drive, back out. Curry, heavily contested. Doesn't matter. He's got 8. Curry really struggled in that first round series a couple years ago against Oklahoma City. If any team is equipped to stop him with all their great perimeter defenders, it is them. Dort passes it out. Williams' 3 is good. And Oklahoma City ties it at 14. Golden State calls another timeout. Now it's 16-14, a back and forth opening couple of minutes. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander pull-up triple over Antoine Selis will fall, and the Thunder are back ahead. Off the inbound, Curry, quick triple is good! Nikola Topic played A+ defense there. He closed out immediately, and it doesn't matter. Steph Curry's just too good. Jalen Williams brings it up, lobs it for the youngster, Geronimo Trinidad! In his second year out of UCLA, of course, famously slipped down the draft boards in Season 1. Many teams, including us, passing on him. And he's looking to show teams why they made a mistake. As Topic quickly in transition makes the layup. Oklahoma City back ahead, now 23-19. Here is Curry with it, sends it over to Onyeka Okongwu. He's fully healthy, probably going to see a bigger role as he sends it over to Curry. Clank Wide open there. That was horrible defense by OKC, but he missed the shot, so I guess it worked out. On the other end, here is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander matched up with Salis. Throws it up, and it's good! Nice shot there by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. It's a 6-point game. Golden State's offense really just has been unimpressive and uninspiring so far, other than Curry, who has 11 of our 21 points. As Antoine Salis is on the board with the layup. Loggins-Burrell, the rookie, no good. Nice defense by Chet, and here comes the Thunder. Topic with it inside on the drive. Swings it over to Jalen Williams. Nice pass! And the layup for J-Dub adds to the lead. Oklahoma City now up by 7. Here is Holmgren, brings it up, dealing with a minor hip injury. You know, he'd be a really good fit with the Warriors because of that, as he makes the layup. It's a 9-point game. Biggest lead so far for the Thunder. Loggins-Burrell on the drive, showing off his savviness and his crafty ability inside. Making the layup. It's a 7-point game. Isaiah Joe off the screen. One of the best shooters in the NBA, at his best off the catch, but he can release off the dribble as well. Thunder up by double digits now as the pass for Loggins-Burrell is stolen by Trinidad. He's got Topic. Layup is good. And here in the first quarter, the Thunder lead by a dozen. They're nearing 40, which is impressive considering how bad the offense was through the first 3 minutes. Roman Loggins-Burrell with a huge three. The Warriors needed that one badly, and we are back within 9. Chet Holmgren open. Kuminga was not expecting him to shoot the ball, given that the shot clock was unplugged. He ends up missing it anyway with 4 seconds to go. Salis on the drive. Out to Curry. Corner 3 at the buzzer is no good. And that'll wrap up the first quarter. The positive for us so far is Steph. He is 14. The negative, everybody else. 15 points for the rest of the team while playing horrible defense as Trinidad gets it back. No good. Third time's the charm. Counted and a foul. That was so avoidable, too, if we had just gotten the ball off of the failed lob. 42-29 after the and one by Holmgren. Here is Loggins-Burrell in for the layup. He's got 7. The rookie out of Iowa State playing quite well so far. Nobody else on the team outside of him and Curry is more than 4. Trinidad for 3. That one is good. A 14-point lead now for the Thunder. They are pouring it on early. We've got to get going at some point. Salis in the corner. Brandon Ingram for 3. That one is good. Ingram has shot the ball from deep fairly well. When we traded for him, remember, it was well below 30%. Trinidad in for the layup. He's been playing a really strong game so far off the bench for Oklahoma City. As Kajai Stokes has it. Sends it over to Antoine Salis. Out to Ingram, top of the key. And Brandon Ingram sinks another. He's in the double figures. 8 points in the second quarter alone. And the lead is back within 10. We're starting to play better. Topic, fake, out to Wallace. Spin move, tightly guarded by Kajai Stokes as Ingram strips it away. Stokes ends up with the steal. We're not going to move up the floor quickly, trying to set a slower tempo. Stokes looking for a screen from Brandon Ingram. On the drive, Stokes trapped. Ingram has a wide open man. Jimmy Butler for 3. And the lead is within 7. An impressive run right now for the Warriors. We're looking to keep it moving. Now fast in transition. Brandon Ingram is in for the slam off the assist by Kajai Stokes. It's a 7-point lead. Kuminga guarded by Topic on the drive. Mama! There goes that man! Jonathan Kuminga with the dunk. We were down by 15 a couple minutes ago. Now we're only down by 5. Holmgren in, another and one for the big fella. Kajai Stokes called for the foul. A huge momentum boost for OKC. They're right back up by 10. Kuminga screen. Curry throws it up, and it's good! Steph right back in the game, right back where he left off. The guy's been unguardable in the postseason so far. Screen from Springer. Curry sends it to Jabari. He's doubled, and guess who's open? Bold strategy, Cotton. Unsurprisingly, does not pay off. Curry's got 20 here in the first half. Shai, meanwhile, has been a lot quieter. We've guarded him well as Curry steals it. In transition, Steph tries to lob it, and Bona nearly connects on a highlight slam, but the Warriors keep it. Kuminga, pump fake, and one poster! Jonathan Kuminga caught a body! Topic called for the foul. He is not the one who got dunked on, but had some contact as Kuminga was going up. 3-point game. Bona blocks the shot from Shai, keeps it in. Springer, Kuminga, Butler for the tie. Bang! We were down by 15 points minutes ago. Now we're knotted up at 58. Things can change fast. Vucevic for 3, end the lead. OKC with a big response. 63-60. Here is Ingram. He's got Onyeka Okongwu matched up with the smaller Dort. And that one is good. We are back within one. 63-62. Curry, Kuminga. Warriors looking for their first lead in a while. Curry has it. Pump fake on the drive. Layup is good. He now has 24. His finishing ability in the first round against the Pelicans was unbelievable. They had no answers for Steph inside. Off the screen, Lou against Dort. Puts Oklahoma City back ahead, so our lead ends up being pretty short-lived. 66-64, seconds to go in the half. Shea with it. Looks like he didn't want the open shot there, so he's going to hold it here for the final shot. Off the screen, launches it up. That was not the shot, Valentine. Shot is no good. That'll wrap up the first half. We've got a good one. 66-64. Oklahoma City with the lead over the Warriors. But remember, we were down by as many as 15 points. So, to be completely honest, it's hard to complain with where the score is right now. We played really well over those last few minutes. The offense was up and down early, but we really got it going. Defensively, we have looked better as well. Steph Curry has picked up right where he left off from the New Orleans series. He has 24 points. He had 14 in the first, 10 more in the second. Ingram also with 10 in the second. As for Shea, he started the game off strong. He had 10 in the first quarter, but just 2 in the second quarter on 3 of 9 shooting overall. Chet Holmgren was the one who led the team with 13 as Curry misses a short shot inside. Here comes Oklahoma City moving fast. Dort out to Shea for 3. The Thunder know they've got to get him involved. He did shoot the 3-ball fairly well in the first half, as did the rest of the team, over 50%, as Butler is in for the layup and the foul. And 1 for Jimmy Butler as he is fouled by Chet Holmgren. A productive start for Butler. He's got 11 as he looks to bring it up again on the drive. Butler throws it up. Another layup and another foul. Back-to-back and 1s for Jimmy. Look at the scoreboard. That is marvelous. Jimmy did make the 3 throws, so the perfect score is gone. As Holmgren has Case and Wallace. He had the 6 points within the first, 2 minutes. Hasn't scored since until that shot. Is it 72-70? Curry with the spin move. Oh my goodness! What a move by Stephen Curry. He looked like he was 23 on that play, not 39. He looks like one of the youngest guys in the NBA the way he's moving throughout this postseason run. Top of the key 3 is good for the lead. Shea is really starting to get comfortable. 4 for 6 from beyond the arc tonight. As that one is off the mark. Rebound quickly by Loggins-Burrell. Warriors getting some of the young guys in early. Here's Springer. Layup is good, and Jabari Springer is on the board for the first time in this game. Warriors now ahead, 75-76. Here is Shea with it. Oh, tries to cross by the defenders, and he does. Layup is good. Both defenders sagged off of him a little bit to send help up top beyond the three-point line, but that gave Shea room on the drive. Off the miss, Holmgren with the rebound and the putback. It's a 3-point lead now for the Thunder. Make it 5. Oklahoma City's on like a 9-0 run. We've got to stop the drought, and that's one way to do it. Roman Loggins-Burrell with the slam, and it is a 3, make it a 5-point game now. Bona hands it off to Antoine Saliz. He's got just 2 points. A really quiet start for Antoine as the jumper is good. He's now got 4, and the lead is within 1 score. 85-80. Loggins-Burrell out to Curry. Has enough space and lets it fly. 29 for Stephen Curry. And the lead is within 2. Here is Stokes with it. Scoreless so far until now. Counting in a foul. An and 1 for Kajai Stokes. And the Warriors are now ahead 86-85. 2.5 to go in the third. Jalen Williams with it. He sends it out to Lou against Dort. And again, our lead ends up being very short-lived. 88-86. Curry with it. Bounces it over to Loggins-Burrell on the drive. Swings it over, but it's stolen by Shea. And here comes Oklahoma City. It's a 5-on-4. Topic 3 is off the mark. We're going to call a timeout, though, because guess what? Somebody is hurt. Did I not call this at the beginning of the game? So as Loggins-Burrell is driving inside, he passes it out. And as he lands, it looks like his feet got shuffled in between Holmgren's foot. He lands awkwardly. You can take a guess at the type of injury. It is a hip for Loggins-Burrell. His status the rest of the way is questionable, and that's really unfortunate. He's our energy booster. He played all 82 games this year. He's been so dependable. As Jimmy hits the triple on the left wing. We've got to win it for our fallen teammate as Jimmy hits another jumper. The step back puts him at 19. Warriors ahead by 1. Holmgren matched up with Kuminga. Inside and one! Chet Holmgren has been involved in a lot of and ones on both sides, it feels like, in this game. 93-91, under a minute in the quarter. Curry launches it up. It's off the mark. Kuminga tries to tip it in. I don't even think it was blocked. I think he just lost control. On the other end, Isaiah Joe matched up with the red-hot Jimmy Butler. Joe sends it out to Nikola Topic for three, and it's good! The Thunder back up by 5, 96-91. Kuminga nearly loses it, hangs on. Curry, open triple. That one is good. 32 for Wardell. And the lead is within 2, 96-94. Thunder will hold for the last shot. Geronimo Trinidad has it, guarded by Butler with the screen by Holmgren. Trinidad triple off the mark, and that'll do it for the third as Kuminga heaves it up. So the lead is within 2. We really didn't make a dent on the scoreboard positively or negatively going into the fourth, but we do lose Roman Loggins-Burl to a hip injury. To start the fourth, mid-ranger on the move for Jimmy is good. Jimmy Butler is not playing nice today. He's now got 21. He's been hooping as Ingram loses control. Oklahoma City with the steal. Wallace lobs it up for Geronimo Trinidad. 196. Trinidad finds Wallace. Cason Wallace, triple is good. Now we're down by 7. Slow start to the fourth. We've really got to get things going here if we want to win this game. We know we cannot afford to lose too many games early in this series. Bona with a nice move, no good. Grabs his own miss and is there for the slam. Adem Bona with a powerful dunk. As the Thunder call time, he is fired up. The lead is within 3. It's 7.5 to go in the fourth. Ingram screen. Curry, mid-ranger is good. He now has 34. Curry has hit every shot in the book today. Driving inside. Mid-rangers, 3, off the dribble, off the catch. He has done it all. Adem Bona on the drive, another layup. That one will put the Warriors on top. 104-103, 6.5 to go. A cold streak right now for the Thunder. Curry with it on the drive. Layup is good for Steph. He's now got 36. What a maneuver by Stephen Curry. The lead is within 3 with 6 to go. Here is Jalen Williams on the drive. Pull-up jumper is good. It's been kind of a quiet game, it feels like, for J-Dub. He's certainly got to get things going here in the fourth. Curry thought about the shot, sends it over to Brandon Ingram. Back out to Curry for 3, and it's good! 39 points for the 39-year-old, and the lead now sits at 4 in favor of the Warriors. Williams has a wide-open man, Nikola Vucevic, who is in for the dunk. One-score game, 110-107, 4.5 to go. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander makes the layup, and the lead is now within 1. 110-109. Here comes Steph with it. On the drive, matchup with Topic, and the layup is good. Roman Loggins-Burl, by the way, is officially out for the rest of the game. He did strain his hip. Who could have seen that coming? As Shai Gilgeous-Alexander hits the turnaround jumper. Lead again within 1. 112-111. Jimmy Butler with it. He misses the layup inside. Dort and Vucevic with the play on the other end. Dort looking for the lead. He's got it. Lou Dort in for the slam. 113-112. And Onyeka Okongwu will inbound. He finds Curry. Corner 3 for the lead. 44 points now for Stephen Curry. 2-point game at the 3-minute mark. Grab your popcorn, folks. We are looking at quite the ending. Curry, step back, and the shimmy shake at the end. Heavily contested by Wallace, does not matter. Curry, heat check 3 is no good. Okongwu with the rebound, gets the putback, and we have now built ourselves a lead. Up by 6 with just over a minute. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, jumper is good, lead within 4. And the Warriors call time. Shai now with a 30-piece. He has been very good in this second half. 119-115. Curry swings it for Bona inside Butler. Pump fake. Layup is good. 23 points for Jimmy Butler, that being his biggest make of the night. 6-point game. Can we hang on? We are in the driver's seat. Shai, lefty layup is good. And look at the bottom right. Antoine Salis, bruised tailbone. When did that happen? So we certainly did not get out of this game fully healthy. Both Loggins-Burl and Salis banged up as Curry is fouled on the shot by Cason Wallace. Rather than holding the ball, Curry wanted to be aggressive, and he will go to the line to shoot 2. As I mentioned going into this game, I think the Thunder are more equipped than anybody to stop him. Wallace is an all-NBA caliber defensive player. Lou Dort is as well. Shai's a great defender. Topic is a good defender. and it hasn't mattered. Steph has 48 points. The Thunder, like New Orleans, has had no answers for him. Oklahoma City uses their second-to-last timeout as Steph and company look to get the crowd riled up. The home crowd has been fantastic tonight, but we need them louder than ever as we look to get a defensive stop. And we're going to bring one of our better defenders in the game. Kajai Stokes will replace Brandon Ingram. We're throwing the rookie into the Wolves, but I think he is the guy I trust most on the perimeter to match up with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Jimmy Butler is a good defender, but he's older. He's slower. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going to have an easier time driving inside with him. Jonathan Kuminga, I think, is our best defender, but we need him to match up with the bigger guys. So we need Kajai Stokes to absolutely smother Shai, whether it's on the ball, off the ball. We need to send as much pressure to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander at all times as possible. Obviously, he's going to be the one I imagine they try to run the play through, as Williams does get it to Shai. He's able to get a little space off of Stokes and is fouled. That one does not rattle in. Kuminga is the one called for the foul. And now Shai, returning home where he is at his best, the free-throw line. First is good. Lead is within 5. Shai is 7 of 7 at the stripe in this one. Second is good. Lead now sits at 4. And if you're Oklahoma City, do you foul or do you let it play out? Looks like they're not really in a rush to foul at least. Curry's doubled. He's going to wait, then eventually try to pass it out. But as he does, Jalen Williams is going to get in a tangle, and that'll be a jump ball. Williams obviously has the size advantage, so we really messed up that possession. Curry needed to get rid of the ball quicker. Williams should win the jump, and he does. It's Holmgren with it. Oklahoma City gift-wrapped an extra possession here. They have to take advantage. Lou gets Dort with it, out to Shai, tightly guarded by Jimmy Butler, as he is fouled, going up by Kajai Stokes, who doesn't like it, and Shai will go back to the line for 2 more. We'll see if he can belt these ones through, as the first one is good. It is now a 1-possession deficit. 123-120. Second for Shai is good, and we're going to burn a timeout here because we've got to get this right. Now, I think Oklahoma City is going to look to foul at some point. The game clock is now ahead of the shot clock, so the shot clock is unplugged. The Thunder are going to have to foul at some point. It's just a matter of when. We've got to be smart with how we control the ball. We know that they're looking to be aggressive, looking to potentially vie for a jump ball. So we have to be careful as Curry has it and is fouled immediately by Chet Holmgren. Wow, they wasted quite literally no time there, and Steph goes to the line. I think maybe half a second was taken off, not even, 4/10, as the first one bounces in for Steph with MVP chance in the background. An unbelievable first 5 games of his postseason run, as the second free throw is good. Not 49, not 51, 50 for Stephen Curry, as the Thunder used their last timeout down by 4. So Oklahoma City has to be smart here. They're going to have to shoot the ball probably within 5 or 6 seconds of the possession. They're going to have to foul regardless if it's a make or a miss. And then after we shoot 3 throws, they can't play off of a timeout as both teams are out. So not only do we have to plan for this possession, but we've got to plan for essentially the rest of the game as well. The goal here is to tightly D up Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Pause, no diddy. I imagine they're going to look for a 3 here. Shai obviously is at his best inside the arc, but he can shoot the 3 as well. We don't want them to get an open look off the catch, off the inbound, and we don't. Good inbound defense. Shai has it, taking his time. He'll look to drive, go for the 2, and is fouled again. This time by Adembona, and Shai will go back to the line for 2 more. He's a perfect 10 of 10 tonight, as the first one is up and through. Second one now to bring the lead within 2. It is good. So it is a 2-point game now. We have to get the inbound right. We can't let them steal it. Good job. As Stephen Curry is fouled, he'll go to the stripe for 2 more. Curry has been very effective himself at the line tonight, currently staring at a 50-piece. The first one is good. It is a 3-point lead. Got to make the second one, though. Keep it a 2-score game, as he does. Now I think Oklahoma City really has to shoot a 3 here. We are not missing our shots at the line. Obviously, they got to get it off quick. Jalen Williams throws it up, and it's good! The lead is within 1. Got to inbound it successfully. Okay, good. It's in the hands of Curry. He is fouled by Cason Wallace, and he will shoot 2. But it looks like no matter what, Oklahoma City will get a shot at the very least to tie the game. So Curry is at the stripe. First one is no good! Rattles out, and now I think you can ask the question, does he try to miss this one, or does he make it? Because if he misses, Oklahoma City doesn't have time to inbound, and the clock is on. Nonetheless, I would rather have the extra points here to where a 2 only ties it. So he makes the second, and this is it. OKC has no timeouts. They got to play through it. Shea, pull up for the tie. No good! And that's going to do it. The Golden State Warriors hang on to win. Game 1 of the second round of the playoffs. 128-126, and an absolute thriller. What a game this ended up being. Stephen Curry, obviously the main story, finishes with 53 points. That's the most points he has scored in a game this year and the most he has scored in a playoff game in his career. 9 of 17 from deep, 18 of 31 from the field. He has been unbelievable this postseason run, now averaging 39.6 points on 76% true shooting. This guy does not look like he's 39 years old. He's playing the best basketball of his career right now. He looks like he's got 10 years left. 23 for Butler. He was great. A few other guys I want to shout out is Adembona, 13 boards. We definitely won the battle in this game on the glass. And then Kajai Stokes with the game-winning contest on the mid-ranger by Shea, who finished with 38 points. I think he had 26 in the second half. Really picked it up as the game went along. 18 and 15 for Chet. Cason Wallace was solid. They need more, though, from J-Dub. He went just 6 of 16. Overall, a good win, though, for us. Against a team like Oklahoma City, the margin for error is very minimal, and this game went down to quite literally the final seconds. However, it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows, because as I expected going into the game, we were not going to stay fully healthy. Loggins-Burrell and Salis both getting injured, as does Steven Adams. He gets food poisoning. I guess Steven Adams may never be fully healthy. So Salis, I don't think is going to see a minutes restriction. He's going to be fine. He's a little bit worse with this tailbone injury, but it's not that big of a deal. It's probably only going to affect him for a game or two. As for Loggins-Burrell, this is a 4 to 6 week hip injury that he can play through, but as you can see, it makes him drastically worse, particularly his athleticism and his explosiveness, which is a huge part of his game. So because of that, we're going to have to hold him out of the lineup for the time being, which sucks because he's a very valuable player for us. Yeah, he's not one of our main scorers who we're going to be counting on to necessarily win us the game, but he's a good change of pace for us. He gives us energy off the bench. The guy I'm going to need to step up in his place is going to be Kajai Stokes. I think Stokes is really the only guy who's going to see a change in role here. The starters are all going to play pretty much the same amount. Salis is still going to play a ton, as long as he's producing. But Kajai Stokes is going to be taking Loggins-Burrell's minutes. I feel confident that Kajai Stokes is going to be able to produce. He's been pretty good so far in the postseason. He's been productive offensively. Obviously, the defense has been quite strong, and we're probably going to continue to put him in certain late-game situations because of what he provides on the defensive end of the floor. But now we're going to need a bigger contribution from him offensively. He's only averaging 9.5 minutes per game so far, only averaging around 6 points, which is fine, given that he's played 9 minutes a night. But now that number is probably going to be doubled, and he's going to be in there for almost half the game. Now, as a 19-year-old rookie, it's time to grow up and learn what it's like to play in the postseason, and I think he is ready for the challenge. Pivotal Game 2 here in Golden State. If we can take a 2-0 series lead, I think it goes without saying that would be gigantic for us. Let's see if we can get the job done. Adembona wins the tip. We are underway. Game 2 between the Thunder and the Warriors. Chet Holmgren and Jalen Williams are 2 days healthier than they were. No Loggins-Burrell, and Antoine Salis, of course, is dinged up as Steph Curry starts the game with a 3 after scoring 53 in the first matchup back in Game 1. 4-0 lead. Jimmy Butler now off the screen. Tries to send it inside for Kuminga, who's able to hang on. He finds Ingram on the drive. Back out, Kuminga. Right wing 3 is good! Jonathan Kuminga hits the long-range 3. A quick 7-0 start for Golden State. We're playing some great basketball as it's blocked! Adembona with the snuff. Here comes the Warriors. Kuminga on the drive. Layup is good. And it is now 9-0. Oklahoma City had to get the ball rolling at least a little bit more than this. I mean, this is a disaster. They're finally on the board after nearly 3 minutes as that one rattles in for Chet Holmgren, and that'll make it 9-3. Now it's 10-5. Here is Shea. He finds Jalen Williams. J-Dub, layup, and a foul! Wow, the Thunder within a minute have turned it from a 10-point game into a 2-point game as it's 10-8. Okongwu with the screen. Ingram lets it fly from deep. We were on a cold streak offensively and needed to get that one through as it's 13-8. Jalen Williams has it matched up with Kuminga. Inside for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That one is good over the banged-up Antoine Salis playing through a tailbone injury. Dort swings it out for Shea in the corner. Nikola Topic connects on the three. The Thunder on a 13-3 run, and this game is tied. Here is Jalen Williams, top of the key. That one is off the mark. Salis with the rebound. Warriors looking to move fast. Salis to the big man, Onyeka Okongwu, who sends it home. Okongwu getting a little bit more run now that he is fully healthy. Pretty much an even split in terms of minutes between him and Adem Bona at this point, as Jalen Williams connects on the triple, and the Thunder, who were down big early, have already taken the lead just minutes later. Topic inside, layup is no good. And here comes Golden State looking for the lead. Kuminga, pull-up jumper, that one will fall. Prior to that shot, we only had 5 points in the last 5 minutes. So it's good to get that one through, and hopefully the offense can get back going because it has been a rough stretch for us to score the basketball. Jalen Williams in for the layup, 18-17. Jonathan Kuminga with it. He sends it over to Brandon Ingram. Ingram guarded by Dort. Off the screen, lets it fly again. Brandon Ingram connects on the triple. It's 20-18 with a minute and a half to go in the first quarter. Nikola Vucevic with it. Has a little bit of space, and he connects. Okongwu thought Vucevic was going to pass it inside. He wanted to disrupt the passing lane. That's why he went back. Ultimately, Vucevic goes for the shot, and it falls. Jonathan Kuminga makes the layup. That'll put the Warriors ahead. He is already in the double figures with 10. But OKC regains the lead. Here's Curry for three. That one is good. Steph had not scored since the very first shot of the game. He has been quiet up to this point. Shea for the lead. Off the mark. Okongwu with the rebound. Warriors looking for one more. Antoine Salis with it. Salis, mid-ranger, will not fall. That'll wrap up the first quarter. 25-25. Certainly an interesting start. We began the game off really well, then cooled off. Curry only has 6 on 2 of 5 shooting. All 5 of his shots coming from beyond the arc. Kajai Stokes in for the first time. I said we're going to need him to produce, and already, first possession, he takes a bad shot, and it goes in. Hey, 2 points is 2 points. Jabari Springer off the pick and pop. Butler in the corner, gets by Vucevic and slams it on Topic for the and one. Jimmy Butler with some authority. He would miss the free throw, however. 29-25. Trinidad gets the screen. Geronimo Trinidad pulls it from deep, and the Thunder have it within 1. 29-28. Trinidad matched up with Kajai Stokes. Layup is good, despite strong defense by Adem Bona. 30-29, make it 32. As Antoine Salis has it on the right wing. Screen from Springer. On the drive, lob is successful. The Onions connect as it's 34-31. Kuminga, wide open lane. And he's blocked at the rim by Jalen Williams. Oh my goodness, what a play. Jonathan Kuminga, in hindsight, maybe should have taken the 3 on the dribble. But instead, he's blocked. Kuminga, off the catch, hits the 3 anyway. So we score on that possession nonetheless. Maybe it wasn't as pretty as it could have been, but we'll take it. Tied at 34, Kuminga inside, now sitting at 15 points here in the first half. He has been the Warriors' best player so far. Kajai Stokes, 3 is no good. Bona, rebound, put back, and 1! Nikola Topic called for the foul, as Bona would miss the free throw. We are not shooting it well at the line so far. Trinidad, screen. Trinidad, 3-ball is good, and as we saw in Game 1, the margin for error is going to be so slim. So if we're not going to shoot well at the free-throw line, that could be a problem if this game is decided by just a few points. Curry back in the game, hits the 3. This has been his quietest start in the playoffs. We got to get him going. Trinidad, pump fake, and he's in with the throwdown. Geronimo Trinidad is hooping right now. He has had a great second quarter. Lead within 2. Here is Stokes off the screen. Pull up, mid-ranger. That one is good. He now has 4, as it is a 4-point game. 43-39. Cason Wallace with it. He is trapped in the corner. Out to Nikola Vucevic, and he is blocked Adembona with the snuff. Stokes pull-up jumper is no good. Unable to capitalize off the big defensive play with an unlucky bounce. On the other end, Trinidad, nice move. And he is blocked at the rim. Thunder get it back, no good again. That was Ingram with the block on the other end. Curry, pump fake, lobs it for Adembona. Showtime! The raging Bona penetrates to the rim and finishes all over the defender. Hey, yo. 45-39, here is Kajai Stokes with it. He tries to send it out for Ingram, but it's stolen by Jalen Williams. Nobody in front of him, and he is in for the slam. Jalen Williams has had a really good first half. The Thunder, their scoring has been predominantly from the forwards. Trinidad and Williams have been their two best players. Kajai Stokes for 3. That one is good. Stokes with 7, albeit on 7 shots. As Geronimo Trinidad floats it up and in. Those two guys have been carrying the Thunder offense today. Chet's been quiet. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been terrible. He's only sitting at 4 points right now. As Williams has it inside, that one is good. Jonathan Kuminga has been an unbelievably good defender today, but his assignment, Jalen Williams, has erupted here in this first half. 1 point Warriors lead as the clock is nearing its close. Curry will look for the last shot, passes it out, Salis, bang! Antoine Salis, finally his first points of the game, and it comes at a pretty good time as he beats the buzzer. 53-49 your score at half. This game has been a lot more defensive than Game 1 was. Game 1 was just magical offense, and both teams have understandably come back down to earth a little bit. Meanwhile, in the other Western Conference matchup, the Wolves lead the Spurs 1-0, and this is bringing me some deja vu. Minnesota obviously beat us in the first round last year as the 5 seed, and then in the second round, they played against the number 1 seeded Spurs and won that series en route to winning the championship. I imagine the Spurs are not going to let it happen again easily, but you never know. Looking at Oklahoma City, the two forwards are leading the way. 18 points for J-Dub, 14 for Trinidad. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, meanwhile, is 1 for 7 from the field with just 4 points as Jonathan Kuminga hits the corner 3, 58-53. J-Dub has been the engine of the offense. Inside for the slam! Williams was 8 of 14 from the field. I wouldn't say outrageously good efficiency, but he has been highly productive as Adembona is in for the dunk. Oklahoma City calls a quick timeout. It's been another productive game from Bona, who I feel like has played a little bit better than Okongwu so far in this series. Okongwu does check into the game, though. As Jalen Williams hits the 3, he is picked up right where he left off in the first half. Now, even though I mentioned Jonathan Kuminga has been a little shaky defensively, he's got 20 himself. Him and Jalen Williams are dueling right now offensively. Okongwu inside, layup, and 1. That was a really nice play by Okongwu. He timed it up to where Williams was going to have contact and foul him, but was still able to make the shot. And it is a 9-point game as Shai is in for the slam. We've played really well early here in this third quarter. Both ends of the floor, everything is clicking right now. As Ingram is matched up with Wallace. Takes advantage of the mismatch in terms of size. Makes the layup, and the Warriors lead by 9. Jalen Williams with it, matched up with Kuminga. These have been the two stars tonight. As Williams is in for the layup, he now has 25, while Kuminga has 20 and 8. Kuminga on the drive, layup is good. 7-point game. Shai, as you can see on the bottom, meanwhile, is 2 for 10. Curry's been a little bit better, but he himself only has 9 points as he swings it out to Jonathan Kuminga again. 25 for Jonathan Kuminga so far. 74-68, 4 to go in the third. Got to close out on Williams. Jimmy Butler realizes his mistake, but by the time he does, it's a little bit too late. 2-point game. Thunder have climbed right back in this second half, and now will take the lead. We were up 69-60 not too long ago, but the Thunder have gone on a 15-5 run, capped off by a 3 from Dort. 75-74, looking for the lead back. Kajai Stokes connects from beyond the arc. His second triple of the game, and the Warriors are back ahead. 77-75. Williams sends it over to Shai. Williams on the drive off the alley-oop. What a great play there by J-Dub. He finds the space inside. Really good cut off the ball. The best off-ball players know how to pick their spots, which he does there. Kajai Stokes off the screen, hits another 3. Warriors back ahead. Stokes has been good. I put a lot on his plate coming into the game, and he has lived up to it. Dort open 3. We are now tied at 80. Back and forth now in the third quarter. Both offenses started the game off slow, but neither team is missing right now. Stokes, another one! 16 points for Kajai Stokes. He's made 3 threes in just the third quarter, as it is a 5-point game. Shot clock unplugged. Geronimo Trinidad guarded by Brandon Ingram. Trinidad taking his time. It looks like the Thunder will take the last shot. Trinidad on the drive. Layup is good. And it is a one-score game. 87-84, 7.5 seconds left. We will take the last shot, as it's Salis, who hasn't scored since the buzzer beater 3. Gets it to Stokes. Floater is good. Kajai Stokes is on a heater right now. 11 points in the third for the rookie out of Marquette. He's got 18 total. It's a 5-point lead for the Warriors going into the fourth, the most important quarter of Oklahoma City's season. They know they cannot fall behind down 2-0. Curry for 3. That one is good to start the fourth over Nikola Topic. The bench loves what they see, as it is an 8-point lead. Topic out to Jalen Williams, matched up with Ingram. J-Dub. Ball don't lie. What you can do, I can do better. And the lead is back within 5. Jimmy Butler only with 5 points as he has it stripped away and eventually stolen. Vucevic ends up with it. He gets it to Geronimo Trinidad. He's inside for Williams. Layup is good. And it is a one-score game. J-Dub was great in the first half, has been even better in the second. Curry misses the layup. Vucevic with the rebound. OKC can theoretically tie it here. Trinidad, pull-up 3. It's good! 92-92. We were up by, 8? Like a minute ago? And now the game is tied. Now the Thunder have the lead, as Nikola Vucevic caps off a 10-0 run. Golden State's got to call time and regroup. This is getting bad. It's now a 12-0 run. Topic lobs it up for Geronimo Trinidad. We have not been able to respond off the timeout. The Thunder now have 14 unanswered points. We got to get it together. Salis, pump fake. He is in for the slam. Good play by Antoine Salis. And that will finally end our 2.5-minute scoring drought. Thank God. J-Dub inside for Vooch. Layup is good over the defender Okongwu. Lead sits at 4. Steph has got to take over at some point, as that one is no good. Curry has been unbelievable from 2 in these playoffs, but I don't think he's made a 2-pointer yet in this game. Here is Wallace. He is blocked by Okongwu. Big defensive play. Stokes out to Butler. Passes it out to the top where he nearly loses it. Stokes back with it on the drive, matched up with Wallace. In the corner. Curry, 3. Bang! The lead is within 1. We need Stephen Curry to get rolling. 1-point lead now. Wallace guarded by Stokes. Inside for Shea. I don't know what Steph was doing there. That was some pretty abysmal defense. Steph has done great on the defensive end in the playoffs, though, so it's hard to get too mad. Dort inside. Layup is good despite strong interior defense. 5-point game under 5 minutes to go. The Thunder with the lead. Warriors look to come back. Salis for 3. Antoine Salis has not played well in these first 2 games, but that is a huge shot. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, mid-ranger is good. Takes a shooter's touch, and it is a 4-point game. Steph Curry with it, looking to get somebody open off the ball. Butler, screen. Mid-range jumper is good. Jimmy certainly has not been as effective as he was in Game 1. He's been inefficient tonight, but again, that was a big make. 1-point game. Jalen Williams will not miss. Whether it's Kuminga on him, whether it's Ingram, whether it's somebody else, he has been automatic all night. Here is Brandon Ingram with it on the drive. Swings it out. Jimmy Butler for 3, and we are within 1. Butler with the same amount of points in the last minute that he's had in the rest of the game prior. J-Dub, step back, and that's an illegal screen. They'll call it on Wallace, and I'll be honest, I kind of think Jonathan Kuminga flopped, but still a good play because it resulted in the call. It did look a little Mahomey, though, as Curry has it inside. Layup for the lead! And one for Steph Curry, his biggest make of the night. We're now tied at 111 with around 2 minutes to go. Again, grab your popcorn. We're looking at another crazy ending. J-Dub for the lead, 113-111. I think that said he is at 46 points now. He has been unguardable, 28 in the second half. As Kuminga ties it, he's got 32 of his own. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander not only is not in the game right now, but has not been for a couple of minutes as Williams misses inside. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander quietly suffered an injury earlier in the fourth quarter, and is likely not to return to the game as Butler misses inside. Ingram rebound, passes it back out for Kuminga. And this is barbecue chicken right here. With Holmgren banged up, we just got to outrun him as he is fouled. The ball goes flying into the seats, and Jonathan Kuminga will get 2 at the stripe. First one is good for Kuminga, who we have really run the offense around the entire game with Curry's inconsistencies shooting the ball. Second one for Kuminga is good as well. A 2-point lead for the Warriors with 1:19 to go in the fourth. Jalen Williams is bringing it up. He's the engine of the offense, and understandably so. With Shai Gilgeous-Alexander out, he's someone who can be the primary ball handler, the primary playmaker, and shot maker, as he's been throughout this game. Wallace off the screen for 3. It's good! Cason Wallace puts the Thunder up by 1. Golden State calls a timeout. Curry guarded by Nikola Topic with 1 minute left to go. Golden State trails by a point. Curry hoping somebody gets open. Not enough movement off the ball. He's going to look to drive inside instead, and he has it tipped. Topic got a hand on it. Here comes the Thunder. Topic, layup, no good. Jimmy Butler with the stop defensively, and we're moving up the floor quick. Kuminga has it, hands it off for Adembona. Ball up top. Ingram with Dort. 33 seconds left. Curry, wide open 3 is no good. Man, that was the shot. He was wide open. We are not going to foul and instead let this one play out. We have the timeout. Unless they make a 3 here, it'll be a 1-score game when we get the ball back. So we can afford to be patient. Williams, jumper, no good. Bona with the rebound, and we will call the timeout with just under 11 seconds to go. It is a 1-point game, so any type of field goal would give us the lead. The Thunder have 2 timeouts left themselves, so if we either miss the shot early or make the shot, or as long as Oklahoma City has enough time to get a shot off themselves, they'll be able to call one of those timeouts. So all of our focus right now has to be on this possession, and I think we're going to roll with this 5. Normally, I would probably put Antoine Salish in the game, but he has not been good offensively in either game against the Thunder. I really don't trust him, and I think the spacing that Butler and Ingram provide would be more valuable. We're going to crash the offensive glass. We're going to try to have the shooters open on the perimeter. I kind of want to go 4 out if we can. Have Bona inside the arc, setting screens on and off the ball. So we can get guys open from 3. We can get the ball handler a good look from 2. Preferably that being Steph Curry. Obviously, he's the guy we want to take the shot. But I certainly would not be opposed to giving it to Jonathan Kuminga. He's been our best player today. I would trust Jimmy Butler with the shot. I would trust Brandon Ingram with the shot. We've got options. So under 10 seconds to go, it is Curry working to run a play. Curry looking for a screen. He's trapped. Bona, Kuminga, 3 for the win. No good. And Oklahoma City survives. 116-115. Both teams with go-ahead shots at the end of each game to tie or, in this case, win, have not fallen. On that last play, we tried to get Curry inside, but the Thunder crowded him with 2 or 3 guys. Adembona was the one who made it to the top of the key. He was open, but we're not going to have Adembona pull it from 27 feet for the win. So we passed it to Kuminga. It really wasn't a good shot, but once Bona got the ball, that was really the only shot we could take because, again, I'm not having Adembona shoot for game. Jonathan Kuminga missed the game winner, but he did have 34 points on great shooting. Kajai Stokes was phenomenal as well. I said he needed to step up, and he absolutely did. Curry was not great, though. He did have 18 and 10, but he just did not shoot the ball well. 5 of 13 from 3, 1 of 6 from 2. Butler didn't shoot it very well. Ingram only shot it 5 times. He needs to let it fly more. Jalen Williams at 46 on 19 of 29 shooting from the field, 5 of 6 from 3, 4 for 4 from deep in the second half, and 11 of 15 from the field overall, finishing with 28 after the break. Trinidad had 21 in just 13 minutes. Shai with 12 and 10, but he shot the ball poorly. Some of the other guards did not play all that well. Wallace 1 for 7. Granted, his make was a big one at the end. Topic went 1 for 6. Our perimeter play defensively was great. Stokes, Curry, Butler, even Antoine Salish. But we could not stop Jalen Williams whatsoever, or Geronimo Trinidad, for that matter. So the series is tied at 1. We have an interesting wrinkle to talk about at the start of next episode with the injury to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who missed the final 7 minutes of this last game. What is the injury? What will it mean for Oklahoma City? We've got much to discuss, but a really exciting start nonetheless. Both games went down to the final shot. I kind of have a feeling this series might be going 6 or 7, and I certainly wouldn't be opposed to that. We've gotten treated to some great postseason basketball, and I'm excited for more. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace out.